Welcome, everybody, to Peaches and Power Bombs. I am your host for this afternoon, Majestic Marie. I hope everybody out there who may be watching this is having a great afternoon, a great weekend. I'm just excited to be here. I know with all of the tragic, horrible news that we have experienced this week alone, I thought coming on and talking about tomorrow's pay per view and maybe doing a little bit of a preview, maybe a little bit of predictions, we could have a good time and enjoy ourselves since we just been hit with so much tragedy and such heartbreak over the past couple days with the passing of both Terry Funk and Bray Wyatt, as well as Bob Barker this afternoon. If you are an 80s and 90s baby, you know that Bob Barker had a part in raising you. He was our babysitter when we were sick and home from school, and we would watch The Price is Right, or at least I would when I was homesick. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people did. And it's sad. It's just been so tragic. But if you are here, please let me know. Come on in, leave me a comment, as well as liking and sharing and subscribing and telling your friends about us at Peaches and Power Bombs. As you can see, I'm all by myself today. Alora has a busy weekend and she wasn't able to join me. We were actually supposed to do this on Thursday, and right as soon as we were about to go live, we got hit with the tragic news about Bray Wyatt. So we had to change up what we decided to do. So it's being done today. So hopefully we will have a good time. I have one comment who is with me today. Oh man, my friend Shane is here. I have a gift for you, Shane. He says, Marie, you have inspired me. I've been looking online for a double cross ranch hat and I can't find one. So I'm going to try and get one custom made. Aw. Um, I don't know exactly what kind of I don't know what brand cowboy hat I have. I will go and look at some point, and I will message you, Shane, and let you know what kind of hat that is. It's my favorite. It's one of my favorite hats to wear, and I know why you're getting one. You're getting one for in the memory of Terry Funk. And with that being said, Shane, I have something special for you, and I made this with you in mind. So I have a question for you, Shane.
Are you a sissy?
I made you a special Terry Funk clip asking if you're a sissy. Um, a couple days ago on the podcast, right before you joined, we played a 2-minute clip of this promo that he did in Memphis with Jerry Lawler, and he was asking the interviewer if he was a sissy, and then he was asking Jerry Lawler if he was a sissy, and he slaps Jerry Lawler, and Jerry Lawler slaps him back, and it was one of the funniest promos I've ever seen, and I just enjoyed going down the Terry Funk rabbit hole, especially his stuff in Memphis. Um, he was hilarious. He was so fun to watch. I enjoyed watching everything that I've been able to get my hands on, and there's so much. He had a very long career, a very successful career, and he was just really good at reinventing himself and just coming, you know, grasping onto the times and just embracing whatever the culture of wrestling was at the time, and he was so good and great, and I just it I'm I'm very privileged that I got to see one of his last matches in 2017 in Spartanburg. So very sad, tragic loss in Terry Funk. All right, what else do we have? Oh, Timothy, he says, good afternoon, Majestic Marie. How are you? I'm doing good. Excited about being here. And you are very welcome. Timothy of course, as Katana Chance and Jamie Hayter are still queens. And hello, my friend Joseph. I hope you're doing great. Happy All In Eve. Yes, very excited. And my friends, I guess it looks like it's Harry from Straight Up Wrestling Show. He says, "Hello, Majestic Marie. You rocking it out." Yes, we are rocking it out. And with that being said, let us get ready to talk about All In. That is why we are here. We are giving our All In predictions. And I have a message from Facebook. Let me see what that says really quick, guys, because I invited a few friends to see if they wanted to come on. Nope, nope, nothing like that. Okay. All right. That's all right. Okay, so here we go. We will get the Briscoe boys, as usual, to get us hyped up for All In.
Ain't no way, chick. Ain't ready. There ain't no way, man. Ain't ready. Ain't no way y'all could possibly be ready. You can say you're ready as many times as you want. That's all I'm gonna tell you. Y'all boys ain't ready. There's no way, man. Talking about they anxious. You hear him, chick?
Hey,
somebody losing sleep.
They losing sleep, baby. Man, I've been getting the best sleep of my life.
I've been snoring, baby. I've been snoring.
Dreaming about this ass.
The Briscoe brothers, right on cue, getting us excited for the show. You know what? I was sitting there thinking while that was playing, I need to get me one of a hat like Jay was wearing that says "Dem Boys" on it. It would be perfect. And hashtag truth. My friend Scott is here. He says the Majestic One, let's go. And Joseph is saying he's doing great and waiting for Collision tonight. And of course, pre-gaming for All In. Absolutely. We are getting very excited about the show. And I usually do not go over the 0 hour card because, you know, they're usually just pre-matches. They're just something thrown together really fast. And there's usually no build, but the 2 0 hour matches that are scheduled for tomorrow, they start at 12 Eastern, 5 o'clock if you're overseas, of course. But we will talk about both of these because they have actually been building towards both of these matches. So we were going to talk about them very fast. So one of them, 0 hour, the FTW Championship will be on the line. Jack Perry will be defending against Hook. It is not an official AEW Championship, but it's something that Taz and his crew introduced not too long after AEW started. And they did have there was supposed to have been a segment on AEW where on Dynamite this past week where Jack Perry was supposed to retire the FTW championship. And I'm guessing they were supposed to have an introduction of having Hook come out and confront him over that. But I'm guessing with the passing of Terry Funk, that would have been in bad taste. I'm guessing. From what I heard, there was a connection there. I'm not really sure what it was, but there was a connection with the FTW Championship and Terry Funk, maybe because it was related to ECW or something. If you know what that connection is, please let me know. I don't want to spout off something that I don't really know about. As far as this match is concerned, I would have Jack Perry win this match, and then I would have another rubber match next week at All Out in Chicago, and then have Hook win that one. But I don't know. I don't know what they'll do, but that's my guess. Jack Perry will win this specific match. Timothy's saying you need to get the Julia Hart hat. Yes. Maybe if they ever put one on sale, I will. And he says, you know what that means? Majestic Marie, gotta send Hook. Absolutely. It is time to send Hook to get that big bad Jack Perry and get that FTW championship back. Where is it? Oh my goodness, where'd it go? Holy smokes. Where did it go? I don't know where it went. Oh, here it is.
The following contest is set for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Making his way to the ring from St. Mark's Place, weighing 201 pounds, he is Hook.
There we go. Hook has officially been sent, and he is going after Jack Perry. I, however, do have Jack Perry winning this particular match, maybe. And we'll see. We'll see how it goes. And it'll be a fun preview match. So it'll get the people hyped up and ready to go. This next match is scheduled for the preview for the 0 hour pre-show. It is, however, part of the bigger story. So I understand what they're doing. They're having this on the pre-show, and then, the guys can rest up and get ready for their second part. And what happens in this coming match is going to determine what happens in the main event, I believe. So the next one is for the Ring of Honor Tag Team Championship, and it is Aussie Open defending against MJF and Adam Cole. Wow, I am kind of on the fence because they've been teasing a lot of things, and they've been teasing the double clothesline, and they've been teasing the kangaroo kick. And it is absolutely, they have to pull this off, okay? Not necessarily win the match, but Adam Cole and MJF have to hit the clothesline in Wembley. That roof everyone will flip out if they do that. And MJF has to hit the kangaroo kick. Those two things have to happen during this match. It's going to be silly. It's going to be fun. MJF is going to show himself a little bit in this. We all know that. I had some footage of MJF dancing to "The Devil Came Down to Georgia" last week, and with the tragic passings that we had, I just did not have the time to upload that. Sorry about that, but it's fun. MJF is going to my hair is in my face, guys. I'm sorry. It's driving me crazy. Forgive me. It keeps wanting to. My hair likes my lipstick. Ugh, gross. Anyway, MJF has been having fun, entertaining the crowd, and just going all in on this really fun aspect of his character. I mean, he's still MJF. He's still, in his words, a scumbag, but he's our scumbag now. So it's just been fun watching him just have fun, let loose, and be goofy. And I know everybody's like, "But it's the AEW World Champion, and he shouldn't be silly, and he shouldn't be goofy." But remember, think back to when you were a kid with Stone Cold and The Rock and Kurt Angle and Triple H, and all of those guys acted silly and crazy and goofy all the time while they were also world champions. It's called being entertaining. It's called being entertaining, and it has its place in wrestling. It does. But I have a feeling after the main event, things are going to get right back to serious again. So in this particular match, I would guess that Aussie Open is going to win, and they are going to retain. And that'll create a little bit of dissension between MJF and Adam Cole going into their main event title match later on. My water bottle almost fell over. Sorry. That's what that was about. I'm going to have to hold it. I am a big mess this afternoon. I am sorry, guys. Timothy says, now if MJF and King Cole wins the Ring of Honor, there won't be no heel turn. Yeah, I think that's right. Joseph says, I think they go over. There still can be a turn even if they go over. That would be really interesting. What would they do with those titles? That would be interesting. If they win the tag team championships and someone still turns on them, on the other person. Timothy says, don't worry, that Mark Tony Khan will buy everyone's drinks. That Mark Tony Khan will buy everyone drinks. Okay. Okay. All right, well, that is the pre-show. It'll be interesting. This was really smart to put this on the pre-show because this will get everybody tuned in. Because usually people skip the pre-show and they just want to watch the main card, and I'm usually one of those. And this is going to get everybody tuned into the 0 hour, and it'll keep everybody glued to the TV and being like, "Oh my goodness, what is going to happen between MJF and Adam Cole?" It's perfect. It's very smart. I'll give them that. It's very smart. Joseph says, when they started the story, they hated each other and still managed to coexist. Interesting. And Timothy said, if Aussie Opens wins, I will definitely go to my room, put my headphones, and listen to Taylor Swift and shake it off. Okay. All right. Next up, we have a 4-way for the women's title. And we have the champion, Hikaru Shida, defending against Saraya and Toni Storm and Dr. Britt Baker. And this is interesting. I don't know. I'll tell you what I want them to do, but I don't know if this is what they'll do. Toni Storm has by far been the most interesting woman on television for the past several weeks. Since she lost the title, I don't know, she changed her hairstyle and she's changed her style overall. She's I don't know, she kind of looks like a bitter 1945 housewife almost. And she's been very entertaining, and she had a really good back and forth with Lexi Nair on Collision last week during that promo section. And I really like this new character of hers, and she does not need the outcasts to do this, so that's even better. So either I want Toni to actually win the title and keep going the way she's going, or I want Saraya to win the title. Toni gets even more bitter and she dives more deeply into this new character of hers. And she's kind of not in the outcasts anymore. That's kind of what I want. I love Shida, absolutely, but I don't think she needs the title. I don't think the title should be with her right now. And Britt Baker, she's kind of been in the background lately, so it wouldn't be smart to put the title on her. It's smart to put her in this match because she's one of the more well-known women on the roster. She's made a really good name for herself over the past few years, and but she's been in the background on the roster. So I wouldn't put the title on her either. So I would say either Toni Storm or Saraya. Let me see what you guys think. Timothy, we know we miss Jamie Hayter. Yes. Impatiently waiting for her return, hoping she's doing better. Joseph says, I like Toni here. Her character change is awesome. It is. It's so fun. Timothy's not excited about Toni Storm. I'm sorry. Joseph again says, that would be awesome story, but yeah, got heel versus heel. Shane says, just a little backstory. Jerry Lawler and Bill Dundee won the Memphis tag titles together, and they also fought for the Mid-South heavyweight title, and Dundee won. Controversy, of course, and they had to defend the tag belts the next week. I'm guessing that's referring to what I was talking about earlier with Terry Funk, I'm guessing. Cool stuff. Cool stuff. I'm going back and trying to educate myself more on Memphis wrestling. That's what my dad grew up on, of course, everybody knows that. And if it wasn't for Memphis wrestling, I wouldn't be here today, because that's where my dad took my mom for their first date. So I feel a very strong connection towards Memphis wrestling, but I haven't been studious enough and went back and really watched all of that stuff just listening to my dad's stories. So I'm going to try to do better about going back and watching all of the footage that still exists. So yeah, Memphis wrestling, awesome stuff. Okay, next up we have a 6-man tag. Yay. Kenny Omega, Hangman Adam Page, and Kota Ibushi versus Jay White, Juice Robinson, and Takeshita. This feels thrown together. This doesn't feel like it was supposed to have been what happened. I know everybody is fussing because they all wanted like Will Ospreay versus Kenny Omega number 3 or something. And I get that. I wasn't too those kinds of matches weren't my favorite, but if that's your thing, that's great. I don't know. I thought Kenny Omega could be used better. I thought Jay White and Juice Robinson could be used better. I think it would have been better if it was just Kenny Omega versus Takeshita one-on-one, because Takeshita is Don Callis's, muscle right now, right? And that's where the real beef is. The Juice Robinson and Jay White stuff with Hangman and Omega and stuff, that just feels so contrived. It feels like they just decided to throw this all together last second, and it doesn't feel really natural. So I think this is just a way of, I don't know. This just seems like playtime to me for them, and I don't know. I would have been much more interested in like a Kenny Omega Takeshita one-on-one match, but I'm not the booker, so I see Kenny Omega, Hangman, and Ibushi winning this. Timothy is all in favor of Bullet Club Gold. Yeah, I'm really liking what Jay White and Juice Robinson and the Gun Club are really doing on Collision lately. It's been a lot of fun. Jay White and Juice Robinson had really great matches with FTR, about a month ago. Amazing stuff. That 2 out of 3 falls match was really great. Really great stuff. And I don't know. I'm not expecting too much out of this. It'll be fine though. It'll be fine. All right. Water break. All right. Coming up next is where my heart is. It's not necessarily my type of match because I'm not into hardcore stuff, but it'll be a Stadium Stampede match. And if you haven't seen, really quick, if you guys have not seen the trailer that they put out for the video game for the Stadium Stampede mode, it has Eddie Kingston come out, and it was so funny. He's standing there with with Tony Khan, and he just goes, "Yeah, the video game is a great game. Buy the game, don't buy the game. I don't really care. But you listen here, Claudio, you're a piece of crap, and I'm gonna beat the snot out of you at at All In. Buy the pay-per-view. That's what I care about." And he just walks off. It was hilarious. I'm like, yeah, that's my Eddie. That's why I love him so much. It was hilarious. So, they decided to take this down. Instead of having 6-on-6, they just removed Ray Phoenix from Eddie's side of things, and then the mystery partner just kind of floated off, and he doesn't exist anymore. Don't know what happened with that, but anyway, it's the Blackpool Combat Club. Jon Moxley, Wheeler Yuta, and Claudio, with Santana and Ortiz. And then on the other side is Eddie Kingston, Chuck Taylor, Trent Beretta, Orange Cassidy, and Penta Cerro Miedo. And I want Eddie's side to win. I really want Eddie's side to win because we love him. He's my favorite. You guys know where you are. You know, I'm always going to pick him no matter what.
Welcome to Peaches and Power Bombs, the most biased podcast you can find. If you hear this recording, that means our host is talking about Eddie Kingston. She loves him, and she's not afraid to say so. Now, carry on.
Eddie Kingston's my absolute favorite, so of course I'm going to pick him. But I have a feeling that the Blackpool Combat Club, Santana and Ortiz, are going to be the winners here. And Eddie's going to go ballistic and probably challenge Claudio Castagnoli for the Ring of Honor Championship one-on-one next week at All Out in Chicago. That is my prediction. And then that'll probably follow into maybe one-on-one with Jon Moxley. You know what? No. I'm going to flip that. Okay. Blackpool Combat Club is going to win, making Eddie Kingston go ballistic. He's going to challenge Jon Moxley one-on-one next week at All Out. And then that'll lead to him and Claudio going at it for the Ring of Honor Championship at Arthur Ashe at the end of September. I don't know. We'll see. That's what I want. Timothy says, I wonder if they will come out with Carrying On My Wayward Son, or are they coming each in their own intro? Probably Carry On My Wayward Son, just to get the intros out. We'll see. Joseph says, Bullet Club going over would be best for business, but I don't see it happening because they are on the other show. Yeah, but they're professionals and they're willing to play ball where they're needed to play ball. So that's not their fight. They don't have the dog in that fight. So I wouldn't punish them just because they are on Collision. Timothy says, I love the Stadium Stampede match. Timothy says, I got the BCC. I know Majestic Marie is not going to like my pick. And Shane says, I am hoping Eddie Kingston in some way uses the branding iron on Jon Moxley. That would be a great tribute to Terry Funk. Absolutely. I approve. I'm sure they'll do something because Terry Funk is Eddie Kingston's absolute favorite wrestler ever. And I'm pretty sure that his heart, just like you, Shane, his heart was broken this week because Terry Funk was his hero too. So I'm sure it wasn't an easy week, and that Eddie and John Moxley too probably is going to do a write-up tribute to Terry Funk during their Stadium Stampede match. I'm sure of it. I'm sure of it. I know for one thing, he will be looking at Claudio and saying this.
I hate you. I hate the air that you breathe. I hate the fact that you're even living. You make me sick.
And he will not be a good boy at all.
I'm being a good boy. You know?
Not one bit. Not one bit. And you know what? He's going to be screaming this at Santana and Ortiz for betraying him as well.
Fight me. Fight me. Fight me. Fight me. Fight me. Don't fight me.
We just had to go through all the Eddie Kingston clips, y'all. We just had to do it. Had to do it. It's my last opportunity before the match. But anyway, I'm obviously invested in this match, and I know other people are too. Just I'm not excited about Eddie being on the same side as Orange Cassidy and Best Friends. I like Trent Beretta, but I don't like Chuck Taylor. It's really weird. And I'm not the biggest Orange Cassidy fan either. I do like Penta though. But you know, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be silly. It'll be crazy. It'll be insane. John Moxley will probably make me sick at some point, but it's okay. It's okay because I'm invested in the story, and that's what I'll be watching, not all the nutty stuff. Speaking of nutty stuff, we have a Coffin tag team match with Sting and Darby versus Swerve Strickland and Christian Cage. No offense to AR Fox. He's a really nice guy. I've met him. He did yeah. He trained my cousin. He trained my cousin here in Atlanta. So I really like him. However, for this really big stadium, you know, biggest wrestling show ever type thing, you kind of needed to up the ante a little bit. So swapping him out for Christian, I think, was the right move, and kind of, you know, buttoning all of these little things that Darby has going on under one little thing, and you know, taking care of it and not having, oh, this guy's coming after him, that guy's coming after him, and it's all a mess and spinning our heads around and going, oh, wait a minute, I thought it was him. You know, it's just been kind of crazy trying to keep up with everything that Darby's had going on. And they have a bad habit of not continuing stuff too. Like, they'll tease something one week and then the next week it's like it never happened. It's like that they don't have they have a short-term memory and they don't remember what they did the last week, so they got to come up with something else. But it's been a little bit more consistent with, like, on Collision with Sting, Christian, and things like that. So this makes more sense. This makes more sense. I was not expecting the AR Fox Swerve turning on AR Fox and kicking him out of the group, and AR Fox going straight back to a babyface after being a heel for 3 seconds. That was really weird, because he just turned on Darby and Nick Wayne like 3 weeks ago, I want to say. Not even a month. And they turned him right back. I don't know what happened there. But you know, I don't know what they're doing. I understand that they wanted to get AR Fox out of that match. but the way they did it was weird.
That don't make no sense.
You know, what do you do? I did use the fight me button. Timothy Gonzalez is never a good boy. And Timothy is saying, Swerve Strickland. You know, I could see Swerve and Christian winning. You know, nope. I'm gonna say Sting and Darby win because they'll want to make Sting get a big win at this really big show, and then next week maybe Luchasaurus wins or something. I don't know. They could carry on. I would be okay if they carried on the Christian and Darby Allin feud a little bit longer after next week. We will see. We will see. Yes, absolutely. Okay. Yes. Okay. Sting and Darby win tomorrow. Next week, Luchasaurus is going to win again because I think Luchasaurus needs to keep the title for a little bit longer because we need to have Christian carrying around that title a little bit longer, and then Luchasaurus, you know, at some point getting tired of his shenanigans. I said the buzzword. And saying, wait a minute, I am the champion, not you, and him getting tired of Christian. We need to see that happen. So I would be in favor of Darby losing next week in Chicago. Okay. Up next, we have the Trios Championship on the line. The champions, House of Black versus the Acclaimed and Billy Gunn.
The Acclaimed have arrived!
We're just going through all the sound bits today. I am going to give AEW some praise here. I did not know whether or not the Billy Gunn retirement angle was an angle or if it was for real for like a week or two. You know, after they kept bringing it up, then I realized, oh yeah, okay, it's part of the angle. But they played with it. They had us guessing for a while. They did a really good job of that. And we were thinking, oh, we're never going to get that. You know, we're never going to get that last match between House of Black and the Acclaimed and Billy Gunn. Billy Gunn needs to get his redemption and win the titles with the Acclaimed and give him one last little title run before he actually does decide to give it up to say goodbye to wrestling. And I'm so happy that we still may get that opportunity. I would just be so excited to see the Acclaimed with Billy Gunn win the Trios title. They've done a really good job of building slowly this thing with the Acclaimed and the House of Black. They've done a really good job with that story. I've been very invested in, oh no, is Billy Gunn going to come back? Is he really gone? What's happening? Okay, are the Acclaimed just going to decide to be done with the House of Black? Are they just going to go on their little weary way and just forget it ever happened? You know, is the House of Black also going to move on to something else? And pleasantly surprised that they've just slowly been building this, and it's been a lot of fun to watch and very exciting. So kudos to them for doing a good job with this story. Timothy says, I'm going to guess that it is a setup. AR Fox will be back heel next Sunday at All Out. Maybe. I also heard that he was not going to be able to travel, that he had travel issues. I know Ray Phoenix had travel issues, and that's why he couldn't come. And I heard that it might have been like AR Fox wasn't going to be able to make the trip as well. Shane says, House of Black is winning. I could see Billy turning on the Acclaimed. And Timothy says it's a storyline. I knew that. Billy Gunn is in good shape for his age. I got the Acclaimed. All right, so Timothy says the Acclaimed, and Shane says House of Black. So we will have to see which one of you is right. We will be back here on Monday with our friend Luke Walsh from TRWC. So we'll be talking about the show because I think he's going to it. So it'll be fun. It'll be fun. I'm excited about it. All right. Up next, the match that nobody asked for. Chris Jericho versus Will Ospreay. I'm so excited about this.
Yeah! 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 That's cap. Totally cap. That means lie.
I am not excited about this. I do not want to see this match at all. I really liked, I liked the contract signing this past week. Jericho was pretty cool on the mic. Will Ospreay was fired up on the mic. That's all great, but the match itself, Jericho forgets that he's not 24 anymore. And he's going to try to keep up with Will Ospreay because, you know, he has a very big ego and he thinks he's like the bee's knees and that he can do all this stuff. And I'm like, sweetheart, you're 50, 51, 52, however old you are. You're not 24 anymore. You can't do it. So you need to slow it down. I'm not saying you can't have a match with Will Ospreay, but I'm saying you can't have a Will Ospreay match with Will Ospreay. You need to have a Chris Jericho match with Will Ospreay. That's not going to happen. We all know that. And I'm not looking forward to it. As far as who will win, it should be Will Ospreay. Because they are overseas and they will like having Will Ospreay win. But Chris Jericho has huge ego, like I said, and I don't see him wanting to lose in front of 80,000 people. So Chris Jericho will more than likely win this match. That was a good promo on Dynamite. Timothy says, Will Ospreay for me. By next year, Will Ospreay will be All Elite. You heard from me. Yes, he said that his contract with New Japan is up in 6 months. So we will see. I'm pretty sure that he will perhaps land right here in AEW. Up next is one of the matches that I'm looking forward to the most. We have the AEW Tag Team Championships on the line with the winners, with the champions FTR versus the Young Bucks. I'm very conflicted because if you take everything out, I would hands down take all the biases, take everything that's been happening, with Cash and all of that mess. If you take all of that out, FTR should win this match. FTR should win this match. I don't see the Young Bucks. I don't see the Young Bucks being keen on losing in front of all those people. Kind of similar to Jericho. I don't see the Young Bucks keen on losing to FTR of all people also. And I can see them kind of using the thing with Cash to verify their position. And it is something to consider. Okay, first of all, we have no idea what happened. We weren't in the car with Cash. We weren't in the car with the witness who says Cash did this stuff. But if you look at the report, it does sound weird. It's a really weird thing to think that he just did this out of nowhere. It's very odd. It kind of doesn't sound like him. And you're probably sitting there going, well, Marie, how do you know what Cash would do? You've never met him before in your life. I have met him. I actually used to know him pretty well. It doesn't sound like Daniel. I'm sorry. It doesn't sound like the Daniel that I used to know from 12 years ago. So with that being said, if you take all of that mess out, FTR should win, but realistically, the Young Bucks probably will. Let's see what you guys say. Shane says Jericho will win because Fozzy is playing him to the ring with Judas, probably. Timothy says FTR. And Shane says the Young Bucks need to win this match more than FTR. I disagree. But that's okay. I don't hate the Young Bucks. They're just not my cup of tea. I don't hate them, though. Next up, we have the quote-unquote real world title with CM Punk versus Samoa Joe. I'm looking forward to this. CM Punk will probably win because there is that inevitable match that should happen down the line. We will talk about that in just a little bit. CM Punk should win this match. I'm just excited about this, just for the pure, the beautiful art that's going to take place in the ring. The storytelling, Samoa Joe just coming out there looking like he's going to eat people for breakfast. I love that. That's one of my favorite things about wrestling is when people just come out there with the no nonsense stuff and just, just wants to, all right, I'm here to I'm here to beat people up and go home. I love that about Samoa Joe. That's one of the reasons why I love Brock so much. I love that aspect of wrestling. It's one of my favorite things. So, I'm looking forward to this match. It's going to be a lot of fun. As far as just pure match stuff, this is the one that I'm looking forward to on just the actual match itself. And not really the angles. I don't really care about the angles. I just want to watch the match. Timothy is also saying CM Punk. Shane says CM Punk may win, but I'm looking forward to the best down. Samoa Joe puts him on him. Yeah. Yep. I will not be mad if Samoa Joe wins because I just love him. I love him. And if he wins, that's fine with me. It wouldn't make any sense story-wise, but it wouldn't hurt my feelings any. It wouldn't hurt my feelings any. Oh, beat down. Just the beat down that Samoa Joe puts on him. Yeah. Yep. It's gonna be fun to watch. Last but certainly not least, guys, we have made it through the entire card of All In so far that we have. And we have the AEW World Title on the line. Our champion, MJF, defends against Adam Cole. This story has been beautifully told. We've had teases from both sides, not just one. We've had teases from Adam Cole. We've had teases from MJF. We have them struggling and conflicting on what they're going to do. Do they trust each other? Do they not? Where do their loyalties actually lie? How does Roddy Strong fit into all this with the kingdom? What is going to happen? We honestly don't know. And it's been beautiful that we can't actually tell what's going to happen. I'm so excited about this. This match is the one that sold me on the pay-per-view that I said, okay, I have to see what happens, right? I have to see, is MJF going to go back to his dastardly ways? Or is Adam Cole pulling a fast one on MJF and trying to teach the devil himself the lesson and playing his game, beating the devil at his own game? We will see. It's there's so many different ways you could do this, and it would work. We could have MJF just straight up be trolling Adam Cole. Of course, Adam Cole will look like a complete idiot if that happened. I think that is the least likely scenario, is that MJF is the one that turns on Adam Cole blatantly, just boom. But he's done it before, right? However, if they ever decide to turn MJF face, like baby face for real, would we actually believe it when it happens, or would we be sitting there like, okay, he's done this 4 times already. I don't believe a word that guy says. I don't know. You could have Adam Cole just straight up turn on MJF. You could have Adam Cole be playing with the kingdom too, and Roddy Strong, and reforming that thing and turning on MJF. Either way, whatever happens, I think MJF has to actually win the match itself, or there be a disqualification. I really hope there's not a disqualification. Those folks will be mad if there is. No DQ. Please don't do a no DQ. Anyway, MJF has to win this match. He has to keep the title. It would not make sense to put it on Adam Cole. I am so sorry, Ray Dean. Ray all day, I love you, but it doesn't make sense for Adam Cole to be the champion right now. Because there has to be that unification match thing with MJF and CM Punk. And it wouldn't make sense with anybody else. It would not make sense with Adam Cole. It would not make sense with Samoa Joe. It has to be MJF and CM Punk in order to do it. So I think MJF is going to retain. However, the turn might come afterwards. And it's either going to be him or it's going to be Adam Cole. I'm looking forward to seeing how they treat this and what they do. Let's see what you guys think. And my throat is about to go on fire, and I'm going to have to hang it up. Timothy says, I got King Adam Cole winning. Okay. And Shane, I could see this going both ways. If Cole wins, he will be joining the kingdom. And if MJF wins, Edge comes out and challenges him for a surprise. I don't know about that last part, but we'll see. Because even if Edge decides not to re-sign with WWE, his current contract still goes until September. So he still would be in contract. I don't know. Timothy says, I made it through. Watch you. College football and high school football at the same time. Yay. College football is on today. I know Georgia doesn't play until next week, so maybe some of the other teams started already. I wasn't sure. All I keep up with is Georgia, so. You're gonna make me want some Dairy Queen now, Timothy. I'm hungry and ready to eat some supper. All right, guys. So you all did awesome. Thank you so much for joining me in the conversation. All In is going to be an interesting one. All In is going to be an interesting one. I am looking forward to seeing how it all works out with MJF and Adam Cole. That's what bought the pay-per-view for me. I'm excited to see what they do with Eddie Kingston and with Claudio and with Jon Moxley, and excited about Samoa Joe and CM Punk, FTR, and the Young Bucks. It's going to be a great one. It's going to be a great one. So you guys, y'all have a great weekend. And I will see you guys later when we come back to actually talk about the show. So y'all have a good one. Thank you very much for joining me today. Bye.
Good night, sweet peach. It's time to go. Good night, sweet peach.